of $100 for many. The first lifetime start. Here is the lineup. Number 1 is Noble Chairman over Molly Farmer and Joanne Armbruster of Ohio. Jeff out driving. The 2 is AP King, owned by Mary Acking of Cincinnati with Brett Holland. 3 is Governor Hooney, owned by Dorothy Hamilton of Wilmington for Jeff Smith. Number 4 is Stout Sam, owned by Doug Althouse of Temperance, Michigan. John Mitchell aboard. 5 is Laugh Center, owned by the Hatfield Farms of Columbus for Chip Noble. Number 6, Scootin' Newton, owned by Lloyd Voiles and Todd Christie, Kelly Shepard. And number 7, Mallard, owned by Scott Premel of New Jersey. Dave Miller in the sulky. That's the field of 7 two-year-old pacing colts and geldings. For this evening's first non-betting pace, again, this is a non-wagering event. Starter John Betts will pick up the field on the backside. And they're off. The 4, Stout Sam, is first to leave the gate. Off the rail came Noble Chairman. Dropping third of the inside, AP King. And then it's 2 lengths. 4th, the Governor Hooney. Inside of 5 comes Laugh Center, angling in 6th, Scootin' Newton. Mallard, the early trailer, 7th. As they spin into the first turn on the front end, it's Stout Sam. But on the outside, here comes Noble Chairman. And Noble Chairman, the chairman of the board, Ohio bred, takes the lead by a length and a half, 2. Stout Sam on the inside, now racing second as they reach that first quarter, a quick 29 3/5. AP King along the rail is third. Then comes the die-laughing colt, Laugh Center. He's racing 4th. Inside of 5 is Governor Hooney, son of Noble and Sam. Along the rail 6th comes a Tudor Scooter gelding, Scootin' Newton. And the trailer also a Tudor Scooter colt. That's Mallard. Freshmen are in straight alignment now as they approach the half, and on the front it's a chairman of the board, Noble Chairman, leading the way by a length. Inside second, a Noble and Sam, Stout Sam, half in 1 minute 2/5. Off the turn and down the backside they go. Along the rail 3, AP King to the outside, racing 4th. Here comes Laugh Center as they straighten out down the backstretch. Scootin' Newton quickly tags that cover. He's drafting with cover 5th, and to the outside of 6th comes Governor Hooney, the most experienced in this field. As they reach the 3/4 mile marker now, Noble Chairman with the lead by 2 lengths at the 3/4, 1:30 and 3/5. Laugh Center on the outside is racing second. Stout Sam along the rail is pacing third. AP King is slipping up the rail, saving ground 4th to the outside of 5. It's Scootin' Newton as they turn for home now, less than an 8th. It's on Noble Chairman. He continues to lead now by 4 lengths. Laugh Center, his first lifetime start, looking comfortable, is racing second. It'll be a battle for third, but it's Noble Chairman by 5 lengths. Time of the mile, 2 minutes flat. Number 1 is DeGraff Zeppelin, owned by Granny Merkel, and Billy Walters drives. Number 2, Yasker, owned by Edward and Dorothy Gear of Denver, Colorado, Jim Arledge Jr. 3 is Street Funk, owned by Smith, and Smith of Ohio, Brent Holland. Number 4, Toss the Coin, owned by Sam Noble Jr., Chip Noble driving. The 5 horse is Steel Gray, owned by Robert Whiteside of Delaware for Frank Todd Jr. Number 6, Silent March, laced by Marissa Smith of Washington Courthouse, Jeff Smith aboard. 7 is Gust of Dare. Gust of Dare is owned by Havens and Blankenship for Dave Miller. At number 8, Mercer Lane Sam, owned by the Magic Touch of Hawkinsville, Georgia, and Mercer Lane Farms, Jeff out in the sulky. There they go. And they're off, and Toss the Coin is first to lead, but from the far outside, there goes Mercer Lane Sam, and Mercer Lane Sam fires from the far outside to take command. Toss the Coin is now back second. On the inside, 3, it's DeGraff Zeppelin, outside racing 4th. As they move into the first turn, Silent March, inside pacing 5th, it's Street Funk. Along the rail, 6th, Yasker, and the inside, 7th, Steel Gray, the early trailer 8th, Gust of Dare. They're in straight formation now as they reach that first quarter mile marker with Mercer Lane Sam in charge here, first quarter in 30 and 2. Toss the corner to the inside, racing a second. DeGraff Zeppelin along the rail follows third. Silent March, the March Colt, is racing a fourth. Along the rail and racing a fifth comes Street Funk, the son of Albatross. Inside sixth is the Ohio-bred Yasker. Now to the outside comes Steel Gray, followed by Gust of Dare from the first crop sire, Dare You 2. Nearing the half now, and it's Mercer Lane Sam, Nobleland Sam Gilding leading by 2 lengths. Toss the coin. The Tucson Hanover Colt is racing second. Half and 103. DeGraff Zeppelin, the Falcon Elmhurst Colt, follows third. Then it's a gap of 3 to Silent March. Racing 5 of the inside is Street Funk off the turn, and down the backside they go. On the front, it's still Mercer Lane Sam. He's led to this point. He's leading by a comfortable 3 lengths. Inside, racing a second. It's Toss the Coin in his first lifetime start. Nearing the 3/4 mile marker now, DeGraff Zeppelin is racing a third, and here comes Street Funk as he gets underway, making his bid for the lead. He's racing fourth at the 3/4, 133 and 2. Midway through the final turn, and Mercer Lane Sam has led the entire mile. He's sprinting away quickly now from the remainder of the field. He's opened up by 6 lengths and continues to draw away. Mercer Lane Sam looking strong here this evening as Funk goes to work on the 2-year-old Mercer Lane Sam, and DeGraff Zeppelin is closing with every stride. DeGraff Zeppelin looking handy tonight. He'll be up for second, but it's Mercer Lane Sam, gate to wire. DeGraff Zeppelin was second, and Silent March up for third. 2:02, 1/5. Time of the mile, 2:02, 1/5. Here are the horses now for this evening's first race. Pacing fillies and mares, racing 1 mile. Scratch the 4 Truly Blue. Number 1 is Social Model. All by D.R. Junk of Washington Courthouse, Dan Eder drives. Number 2, Follow My Mom, owned by Roger, Mary Jean, and Bruce Walls for Bruce Regal. Number 3, Winsome's Garrett, owned by Marlon and Laurie Smith with Ron Steck aboard. 4 is Scratch. Number 5, Sweet Samantha, owned by Fred Ferry and Jr. of Mary and Dave Millera. The 6 is Simply Heather, owned by Rick Jordan and Letha Brooks for Rick Jordan. Number 7 is Aunt Alice. Jim Arledge, the owner. Jim Daly drives. Number 8, Fantastic Chance, owned by John George and Jim Willems of Ohio, Dave Hawk aboard. Number 9 is Millie B, owned by Neil Zink of Miamisburg, Larry Fisher in the bike. And number 10, Tella, owned by Howard and Doris Armstrong of Connorsville, Indiana, John Collins in the sulky. And they're off. From the outside, it's the 6, Simply Heather, going for the lead between horses. Follow My Mom, and off the rail came Social Model. Early Speed Duel for the lead, and Follow My Mom will now take command. A Social Model off the rail is now second. Simply Heather caught to the outside, looking for a seat as third. Moving through smartly fourth, it's Talent to the inside and racing F5 as they approach the first quarter. Winsome's Garrett inside and pacing sixth. It's Fantastic Chance, gapping 2 lengths. 7th, Sweet Samantha. Then comes Millie B. They're at the first quarter mile marker, and as they come through the stretch on the front, Follow My Mom leads by a length and a half. Social Model follows second. Simply Heather is third. Racing fourth, Tella moving first up fourth. Here comes Winsome's Garrett with that cover 5, Fantastic Chance. 2 lengths along the rail, 6, Sweet Samantha. To the outside comes Millie B. Far back, the twiller, that's Aunt Alice. Nearing the half with Follow My Mom in control by 2 lengths. Social Model as they pass the halfway point. Here comes Winsome's Garrett moving first up on the outside. Third, Simply Heather. Along the rail is fourth. Fantastic Chance, gap in the cover by 2 lengths, is racing fifth. Tella now locked in, shuffle back sixth. Millie B to the outside is seventh, and to the outside eighth comes Sweet Samantha as they race down the back stretch with the 3-year-old direct scooter filly. Follow My Mom in control by 2 lengths. Winsome's Garrett to the outside is pressuring 2. Social Model along the rail is third. Past the 3/4, and it's still Follow My Mom by 2 lengths. Social Model now the inside, tightening up a bit second, and Simply Heather is waiting for racing room as they turn for home. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. It's Follow My Mom by 3 lengths now. Social Model on the inside is chasing a second. Here comes Tella and Fantastic Chance far outside. A battle for place and show unfolding here. Follow My Mom cruising home in front. Follow My Mom. Trackside, the unofficial winner this evening's first number 2, Follow My Mom, a 3-year-old daughter of the world champion Sire Direct Scooter from Dear Dorothy by Albatross. By Roger, Mary Jean, and Bruce Walls of Greenville, Ohio. Bruce Walls of the trainer Bruce Regal in the sulky. Follow My Mom scoring her first lifetime victory, pacing tonight's mile in 2 minutes flat. Number 6, Simply Heather 2. Number 7, Aunt Alice pulled up and did not finish. Number 8, Fantastic Chance 1. Number 2 is Racetrack Sam, owned by Jack and Rosemary Shearer of North Lawrence, Ohio. Chip Noble aboard. Number 3, Colonel Binoche, owned by Carson Holler of Delta. Brad Hander is in the bike. Number 4, Hobie T, owned by Hobart Banks of Tennessee. Terry Groves driving. 5, You Gotta Have a Hat, laced by Ron Barker of Chillicothe. John Collins driving. 6 is Scratch. Number 7, PJ's Zach, owned by George Pack of Dayton for Dave Miller. Number 8, JJ Budrow, owned by Marcia Massey of Washington Courthouse. Jerry Roberts with the lines. Number 9, Fan Sparagon, owned by Fred Bates and Dave Rankin. Dave Rankin of the bike. Number 10, TNT's Hopeful, owned by Charles Isaacs and David Isaacs of Ohio. Billy Walters in the sulky. One-play show perfect. Race pacing Stallions and Geldings. They're rolling behind the gate. They swing to the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. From the center of the track, the 5, You Gotta Have a Hat, puts a nose in front. Colonel Binote from the inside. Far outside, there goes Fans Paragon as he takes the lead now, moving into the first turn. It's Fans Paragon taking command by 2. Colonel Binote on the inside is second. You Gotta Have a Hat is gapping at 2 lengths third. Inside fourth, Racetrack Sam. 2 lengths 5 came Noble Town on the inside, racing sixth. It's TNT's Hopeful. Early 7th on the inside, J.J. Budrow. At the first quarter, quick 28 and 4/5, and it's Fans Paragon with the lead, but on the outside, here comes heavily favored Racetrack Sam, making his bid for the lead. Colonel Binote inside is racing a third. You Gotta Have a Hat remains fourth on the rail. 2 lengths 5 to Noble Town. 2 lengths 6th, TNT's Hopeful. Back 7th to J.J. Budrow. Inside racing 8th comes Hobie T, the trailer PJ's Zach. They reach the half, 58 and 3, and Racetrack Sam has taken the lead now as they straighten out down the backstretch. It's the 3-year-old Ohio bred Racetrack Sam with a lead by a length. Fans Paragon now caught of the shuffle. He is back second, locked in tight. You Gotta Have a Hat to the outside, pressuring the leader. With that live cover fourth, it's Noble Town. Buried 5 of the inside. Colonel Binote outside and racing a sixth comes J.J. Budrow, followed by TNT's Hopeful. At the 3/4 mile marker, and Racetrack Sam opens up his lead now by 3 lengths. At the 3/4, 127 and 4, and Racetrack Sam continues to pull away, but Fans Paragon not finished yet, is still a game a second. Inside, Colonel Binote is saving ground third as they turn for home now, less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Racetrack Sam continues to lead. Fans Paragon is a strong second, coming to the outside. Colonel Binote down to the super stretch. Racetrack Sam holds him off in 1:57. Trackside, the official winner, number 2, Racetrack Sam, a 3-year-old Ohio-bred son of Nobleland Sam from Falcon Down by Falcon Elmhurst. By Jack and Rosemary Shearer of North Lawrence, Ohio. Chip Noble, the trainer and driver this evening. Racetrack Sam, a lightly raced sophomore in his first seasonal start, a winning effort with a new lifetime mark tonight. Presenting the horses for race number 3, Stallions and Geldings. Condition Pacers racing 1 mile, purse of $2,000. A field of 10. Number 1 is Terrascourt, owned and driven by Ty Van Roden of Mount Vernon. Number 2, JT Mike, laced and driven by Ted Hases of St. Mary's. 3 is Tennessee Kelly, owned by James Jones of Nashville, Tennessee. Jimmy Wissman up. Number 4, Volunteer George, owned by Carl Smith of Washington Courthouse for Del Miller. Number 5, High Creed Osborne, owned by Sandra Teague of Lebanon. Glenn Teague aboard. 6 is Gary's Harry, owned by Richard Waterman of White House with Jim Mullinex. Number 7, Wholesale Merchant, laced by Walter Howard of Columbus. Bob Harper aboard. Number 8, Mr. Nuke, laced by Earl Speece Jr. of Washington Courthouse with Jeff Smith. Number 9, Diocese, laced by Kevin Reed of Lebanon. Eric Ledford in the bike. And number 10, My Last Bid, owned by Gene Humphrey of Columbus. Make the driver Jeff Fout. That is a driver's change on the 10, the driver Jeff Fout. They swing to the back stretch. There they go. And they're off. Terrascord off the rail first for the lead from the far outside. Daddy Oshus from between horses racing at third came JT Bike. Sliding through quickly fourth, My Last Bid, searching the seat 5 of the outside as they move into the first turn. That's Tennessee Kelly. Up the rail smartly, 6th, it's Volunteer George. Along the rail and pacing 7th. High Creed Osborne, 8th on the inside, Gary Terry. Early 9th, it's Wholesale Merchant, followed by Mr. Nuke. They're at the first quarter, 27 1/5. Daddy Oshus on the outside, taking the lead now. Terrascord to the inside is second. Along the rail third, My Last Bid. Outside of fourth comes JT Mike. Along the rail 5, Volunteer George. Gap in the cover, 6th, it's Gary's Harry. Followed 7th by Wholesale Merchant. Locked in, buried 8th along the rail, Tennessee Kelly. To the outside 9th came Mr. Duke. Now the trailer is High Creed Osborne. Reaching the half, Daddy Oshus leads the way, 58 3. JT Mike on the outside is racing a second. 3 wide of the outside comes Wholesale Merchant. Right of the turn and down the backside they go. And Wholesale Merchant making his bid for the lead. 3 wide. He'll take command by nose and Echo length in the front. On the outside, Daddy Oshus is racing a second. Mr. Nuke has followed the live cover. He's now 3 wide, uncovered as they move into the final turn. And Mr. Nuke outside puts a nose in front. At the 3/4 at 128 2/5. Daddy Oshus battling back on the inside. And Daddy Oshus coming back alive. High Creed Osborne on the outside in striking distance is third. Between horses 4th, Wholesale Merchant. And Terrascord has yet to move. He's locked in with less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. It's the 8, Mr. Nuke with the lead. On the outside comes High Creed Osborne. Between horses, Daddy Oshus in deep stretch. Mr. Nuke gets up to win it. High Creed Osborne a second. Daddy Oshus up for third. 158 4/5. Trackside now, the official winner of the third, number 8, Mr. Nuke, a 3-year-old Ohio-bred son of Nuke's Image from Miss Elba Hanover. Laced and trained by Earl Speece Jr. of Washington Courthouse. Driven tonight by Jeff Smith. First season's victory and a new lifetime mark for the sophomore Mr. Nuke, 158 4/5. In a smaller print, you'll find post positions for each horse. This evening's fourth race. Condition trotters racing 1 mile in the third leg of the Eagle Sticks Golf Course Trotting Series. A purse of $3,000, a full field of 11, 2 trailers. Number 1 is Gutsy Gertie, owned by John Parker and Jeff Badd of Indiana and Ohio. Chip Noble drives. Number 2, Rompaway Mac, over the Rompaway Racing Partners of Battle Creek, Michigan, for Dan Bowermaster. 3 is Time for Action, owned by Ray Creekmore of Toledo with Russell Swartz. Number 4, Sprightly Maid, owned by Henry Zildesi with Jeff Fout aboard. Number 5, She's Mighty Nice, owned by Don Elmer of Elmore, Ohio, Brad Hanners up. Number 6, Norman Hanover, owned by Russ Means and Paul Eichelberry of Columbus for Dave Rankin. Number 7, Kindly Come Over, owned by Ellen Bloom, Jay Scott, and Beth Mill of Ohio, New York. Don Feaster with Alliance. Number 8, Grand Debonair, owned by Jerry Grant of Pleasant Plain. Brent Holland gets the call. Number 9, Rum's Last Shot, owned by Franklin Reichert of Owensville. Trent Tharps driving. Number 10, Blazing Dia, owned by Andrew Price of Lockburn. Dale Miller in the bike. And number 11, Turtle Quick, laced by Howard Teagarden of Daisytown, Pennsylvania. Dave Hawk in the sulky. And they're off from the far outside. Grand Debonair getting the first call. Gutsy Gertie off the rail nicely is second. Sprightly Maid came away between horses third, slipping through on the inside fourth. Rum's Last Shot. Early 5, Turtle Quick on the outside, and trotting sixth comes Rompaway Mac. 7th is Norman Hanover. along the rail and trotting 8th time for action. 9th on the inside, she's Mighty Nice. 2 lengths 10th. It's Kindly Come Over the early trailer 11th as they reach the first quarter. Blazing Dia. Opening panel 28 and 2, and on the front now with the lead. It's Sprightly MAID. She leads by a length and a half, 2. Grand Debonair on the inside is trotting a second. Here comes Gutsy Gertie with a quick move. She'll take the lead, and Rum's Last Shot squeezing out between horses. And Rompaway Mac forced 3 wide as they race into the clubhouse turn. Gutsy Gertie taking the lead now by 2. Sprightly MAID is trotting a second. Rompaway Mac on the outside, making his bid for the lead as 3rd. Inside of 4th. It's Grand Debonair. They reach the half, 59 and 3. Rum's Last Shot getting the perfect trip with cover on the outside. Norman Hanover follows the heavily favored horse. He's racing as 6th. On the rail 7th to Turtle Quick on the outside and trotting 8th as they straighten out down the back stretch. She's Mighty Nice. On towards the 3/4 mile marker, Gutsy Gertie by a head. Alongside trotting a second is Rompaway Mac. Outside a 3rd, Rum's Last Shot is waiting patiently. Along the rail, it's Sprightly MAID, then Norman Hanover 5. At the 3/4, 128 and 3, and Gutsy Gertie looking for the upset here, leads by a length. Rompaway Mac on the inside, and here comes Rum's Last Shot ranging up on the outside. A 3rd as they turn for home. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Gutsy Gertie continue to lead by 2, and Rum's Last Shot had to do some fancy stepping here tonight. He's coming 2 to the outside. Rompaway Mac is trotting 3rd, but Gutsy Gertie, she's too strong tonight. 158. 1/5. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please hold all tickets. A driver's objection in the 4th race. The driver of the 2 horse has lodged an objection against the driver of the 9. Possible interference at the 3/8. Again, please hold all tickets. The inquiry will involve both place and show horses. Trackside now, the unofficial winner, number 1, Gutsy Gertie, a 4-year-old Ohio-bred daughter of Final Score from Flo Cole by B.F. Coltown. By John Parker and Jeff Batt of Indiana and Ohio. Tom Oberhaus, the trainer Chip Noble in the sulky. $5.60, $45.60. And tonight's pick 3, selected fillies and mares racing 1 mile. Number 1 is Dietitian's Rage, owned by Dave Cooper of Savannah, Ohio. Herbie Brown drives. Number 2, Ceylon Gloria, owned by Harvey Corbett of Dayton, Ohio. Mike Wilder up. 3, Mac Flying Rich, owned by Bill Lambeth of Columbus, Dave Majeskia. Number 4 is NAKITA Bay, owned by Russ Britton of Newark for Ryan Holton. 5, Rappin Ruby, owned by Don Gard and Don Urban of Zanesville, Dave Hawk aboard. Number 6, Merca, owned by Merle Moore of Franklin for Randy Tharps. Number 7, Cheerful Shelley, leased by Lewis Williams of Lebanon, Dallas Miller drives. 8 is Victoria Shamblin, owned by Edward Garver of Van Wert for Eric Lenford. Number 9, Morgan's Mischief, leased by Craig Amweg of Ohio City, Ron Steck in the bike. And number 10, Stephanie's Destiny, leased by Ralph Branson of Greenfield, Keith Haynes in the sulky. There they go. They're off and pacing from the outside. Merca away promptly for the lead, but from the inside quickly to take command. There goes Rappin Ruby. And Rappin Ruby away rapidly for the lead, leads by 2 lengths. Merca from the outside came away 2nd. On the inside and pacing 3rd, Dietitian's Rage. Along the rail and pacing 4th comes Victoria Shamblin. Early 5 along the rail as they reach the first quarter-mile marker. Sail on Gloria, followed 6th by Stephanie's Destiny. Parked to the outside and racing 7th as they reach that first stop. It's Morgan's Mischief, opening quarter, 28 and 4. Coming on to the stretch, and on the front, Rappin Ruby calls the shots, leads by a length. Merca right behind her is racing 2nd. On the rail 3, Dietitian's Rage to the outside. Here comes Ceylon Gloria, moving first up 4th. In the pocket to 5, it's Victoria Shamblin. 2nd over racing 6th, NAKITA Bay. Saving ground 7th, Stephanie's Destiny. Now to the outside 8th comes Cheerful Shelley. Inside racing 9th as they reach the halfway. Mac Flying Rich, the trailer, is Morgan's Mischief. They're at the half, 1 minute flat. 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 Around the turn and down the backside they go with Rappin Ruby. Control of the pace by a length. Merca is locked in a second. Outside, first up 3 is Ceylon Gloria. She's now at the leader's wheel. And Nakita Bay getting the live cover flow, racing a 4th. Dietitian's Rage buried 5 along the rail. Outside a 6th, it's Cheerful Shelley. Racing a 7th, Morgan's Mischief as they reach the 3/4 mile marker. 1:29 and 4/5. And Rappin Ruby at 14-1, looking to wire the field. She leads by a length. But on the outside, Ceylon Gloria, she's been parked the entire mile. She's still game. Merca to the inside, waiting for racing room. Nakita Bay swinging 3 wide. Turning for home now, less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. And here comes Nakita Bay to take the lead. Nakita Bay, after the long covered trip, is now taking the lead. Nakita Bay gets up to win a tight one for place and show. Trackside, the unofficial winner of the 5th race, number 4, Nakita Bay, a 9-year-old daughter of Faraway Bay from Angela G by Skipper Creek. Owned and trained by Russell Britton of Newark, Ohio. Nicely handled tonight by Ryan Holton. Nakita Bay getting the perfect trip tonight. Scoring her first season's victory, pacing the mile 2 minutes and a 2/5. Number 1, Avlaribo, followed by Melby Ober of Cable, Terry Groves drives. Number 2, Jay's Fame, followed by Betty Benner of New Lebanon for Jeff Fout. 3 is TETON Red, followed by Sam Noble Jr. of Cedarville, Chip Noble driving. Number 4 is Sims Alabama, owned by Ernest P. and Ernest G. Martin. Spence and Adams of Ohio, Scott Mogan driving. Number 5, Clear Air, owned by Bill and Mildred Lane of Vandalia, Jeff McNabb aboard. Number 6 is Going National, owned by David Page for Jeff Smith. 7 is Frankie Blue Eyes, owned by Mariconini of Columbus, Dave Miller aboard. Number 8 is Brassy Pilot, owned by John Turgliato of Perrysburg, Randy Tharps drives. Number 9, JB's El Cid, owned by Phyllis Parks of Chillicothe, Mike Wilder in the bike. 10 is Hornblower, owned by Mike Collier of Pataskala, Ron Steck in the sulky. Win Play Show perfected trifecta weight. And they're off. TETON Red powers away quickly for the lead alongside Jay's Fame. Avlaribo off the rail, came away 3rd. Hornblower slips through 4th. Angling in 5 comes Sims Alabama from the outside. 6th, that's Frankie Blue Eyes. Early 7th, it's Clear Air to the outside and racing 8th as they move into the first turn, Going National. 9th to the inside, Brassy Pilot. The early trailer 10th, JB's El Cid. Nearing the first quarter mile marker, and on the front, Jay's Fame. Sense of the early pace by a length. Avlaribo to the inside, Garden Spot Trip is 2nd. They're at the first quarter mile marker, 29 and 3. TETON Red finds a seat 3rd on the inside. Hornblower slipping up the rail is 4th, and TETON Red is off stride as they come through the stretch. It's Jay's Fame now by 2, and Avlaribo quickly closing the gap is 2nd. Here comes Sims Alabama now moving first up, making his bid for the lead 3rd. Frankie Blue Eyes takes that cover, drafting along 4th. Hornblower locked in as 5th. Clear Air follows 6th on the outside, 7th Going National. JB's El Cid is racing 7th to the outside. As they race down the backstretch comes Brassy Pilot. They reach the half, 101, 2/5. The leader is Jay's Fame, leading by a neck. Sims Alabama's there, pressuring heavily 2nd. Avlaribo is 3rd. Outside, 2nd over 4th comes Frankie Blue Eyes. Going National right there behind him is 5th. Along the rail racing a 6th comes Hornblower. Maybe the 3/4 mile marker, Sims Alabama leading by a narrow half-length lead, and he goes off stride at the 3/4 in 1:30 and Sims Alabama's off stride. And again, Jay's Fame leads by 2. And now Frankie Blue Eyes is left to challenge 2nd. Avlaribo to the inside is 3rd as they turn for home. They've less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Jay's Fame with the lead. Frankie Blue Eyes is coming at him and coming on. Avlaribo down to the inside. 3 across. Here comes Clear Air looking for racing room. Deep stretch. Jay's Fame hangs on. Side, the unofficial winner, number 2, Jay's Fame, a 4-year-old Ohio-bred son of Farmstead's Fame from J-Time Girl by J-Time. Owned and trained by Betty Benner of New Lebanon, Ohio. Jeff Fout in the sulky, 3rd season's victory. Time of the mile, 2 minutes flat. Finishing is second, number 5, Clear Air. Third, number 7, Frankie Blue Eyes. Number 1 is Me Wo, owned by Robert Henry of Stoutsville. Darren Mauser drives. Number 2, BL Black Rain, owned by Michelle Lukens of Lebanon. Rick Heitman up. 3 is Irish Tucson, owned by Walter Beaver of Hilliard. Bob Harper aboard. Number 4 is Bye Bye Sydney, owned by Wilma Steyer of Waterford for Jim Daly. 5 is Wiley Deer, owned by John Wiley of Richwood for Ron Steck. Number 6, Fame's Jim Bob, owned by Dale Roof of Grove City. Jerry Kuchbach Jr. 7 is Sir Bain, owned by Steve Edinger of Adelphi for Dave Miller. Number 8, Lottery Log, owned by Scott Murphy of Columbus with John Collins. 9 is Cocktail Sauce, owned by Leonard Cooper of Owensville. Dean Collins in the bike. And number 10 is Bonjour, laced by Bill Carruthers of Kenton. Mike Wilder in the sulky. Swings into the backstretch for the start, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Bye Bye Sydney fires for the lead. Mewo off the rail is second. Wiley Deer from the outside came away third, and between horses, BL Black Rain is fourth. From the outside 5 comes Sir Bain. Along the rail racing is sixth. Irish Tucson. Inside the 7th, Bonjour. Then that's a gap of 3 lengths, 8th to Fame's Jim Bob. Along the rail 9th, Cocktail Sauce. Lottery Log brings up the back 10th as they reach the first quarter. 27 3/5. On the front end with the lead. On the outside, here comes Wiley Deer. And Wiley Deer claiming the lead. Mewo on the inside, yielding for the cover is second. Bye Bye Sydney follows third. 2 lengths fourth. BL Black Rain racing at 5 comes Sir Bain. To the outside, the 6th comes Bonjour as he gets underway. Back 7th on the inside. It's Irish Tucson. To the outside, racing 8th. Here comes Fame's Jim Bob. 9th along the rail, Cocktail Sauce. Lottery Log far back trails. The half 57 3. Off the turn and down the back stretch they go. They're 3 across. Off stride goes Wiley Deer. Into the safety lane now. To the outside, there goes Sir Bain. And Sir Bain inherits the lead. He's followed closely by Bonjour. Back 3 to BL Black Rain. Alongside racing at 4th comes Bye Bye Sydney. To the outside at 5. It's Irish Tucson at the 3/4 mile marker. And Sir Bain leading by 2.5. At the 3/4, 126 and the 3/5. Midway to the final turn. On the front, Sir Bain leads by 3 lengths. Bonjour on the inside is chasing a second. Irish Tucson is the third. And to the outside comes Bye Bye Sydney. With less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Sir Bain with the lead. Here comes Bonjour coming on strong to the outside. Mid-stretch, Bonjour puts a nose in front, takes a lead. Bonjour gets up in 1:57.1. Please hold all tickets until the results are official. Trackside is the unofficial winner, number 10, Bonjour, a 4-year-old Ohio-bred son of Good to See You from Happy Chemist by Happy Escort. Leased and trained by Bill Carruthers of Kenton, Ohio. Mike Wilder, the driver. First season's victory. It's a new lifetime record for Bonjour, 1:57 1/5. Race number 8, 8th race, claiming Pacers racing 1 mile. Purse of 2,000, a field of 10, no changes. Number 1 is Starwell. Owned by Virgil Morgan Jr. and Brent Holland of Ohio. Brent Holland drives. Number 2, Red Hot Jake. Owned by Ed Green and Giles Clayton for Jeff Out. 3 is Brave New World, owned by Harold Steeman of Ohio City. Randy Tharps aboard. Number 4, TDF Baskin. Owned by Mark Poitner of Westchester. John Collins up. 5, I'm a Track Star, owned by Robert Lowry of Columbus. Eric Ledford drives. Number 6, 11 by 14, owned by Keith Richardson and George Feltner for Mike Wilder. 7, High Elvis, owned by Larry Fullen of Columbus. Roy Burns aboard. Number 8, SF Satellite, owned by Jim Shelton and Jeff Yoder for Jim Shelton. Number 9, a firm bump owned by Brian Jones and Claude Kirkpatrick. Ron Steck in the bike. And the 10, Amos Sorandi, owned by James Woodward of Groveport. Brad Handers in the sulky. Swing to the back stretch. There they go. And they're off. Starwell first off the rail, fires for the lead. Far outside, a firm bump. SF Satellite between horses is third. Early fourth comes I'm a Track Star, moving through smartly 5. Amos Sorandi dropping in the sixth. It's Red Hot Jake capping 3 lengths 7th as they move through the upper turn. Brave New World. Along the rail and racing 8th comes TDF Baskin. 9th along the inside, it's 11 by 14. The trailer is High Elvis. They're at the first quarter, 27-4. Heavily favored Starwell leads the way by a length. A firm bump gets a trip behind the leader. He's second. Here comes I'm a Track Star making a bid for the lead on the outside. Third, Amos Sorandi hustling after that cover is gapping fourth. SF Satellite now shuffled back 5. Brave New World gets into the passing lane. He's third over 6th. Saving ground a 7th. Red Hot Jake alongside racing 8th. That's TDF Baskin. They're at the half, 57-3. Off the turn, down the back stretch they go. Starwell by a length and a half, 2. A firm bump on the inside, gapping a second. I'm a Track Star losing ground to the outside is now third. Up the rail racing a 4th. That's SF Satellite. 3 bar to the outside. Amos Sorandi launching his attack. Red Hot Jake locked in racing a 6th. Outside comes Brave New World. At the 3/4 mile marker, Starwell, they're first again, 126-1. And Starwell by a length and a half. A firm bump has yet to move on the inside. SF Satellite is there following third. Red Hot Jake is saving ground as they turn for home. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Starwell looking to wire the field. A firm bump. Chasing a second. To the outside comes SF Satellite coming to him with every stride. Mid-stretch, Starwell. SF Satellite on the outside, further outside, Red Hot Jake. These two at the wire together in 1:56 3/5. Tight one for the win. $1,360.60. Trackside, ladies and gentlemen, the official winner now of the 8th race at 14-1 tonight. Number 2, Red Hot Jake, a 7-year-old son of Interstellar from Crayon by Mighty Phantom. By Ed Green of Galena and Giles Clayton of Centerbird. Giles Clayton, the trainer Jeff Fout in the sulky. First season start, a winning effort with a new lifetime record, 156-3. And for driver Jeff Fout, that gives him 2 wins tonight, a driving double, and puts him on top of the driver's standings here at Scioto Downs. Final heat of racing, super effective pacers racing 1 mile. No changes in this field of 10. Number 1 is Armbro Kahuna, owned by Lots, Graffiti of Van Meter and Mary of Ohio, Dave Miller up. 2 is Canterjack, owned by Keith Richardson of Westchester with Mike Wilder. 3, Crown Ty MacArthur, owned by Bob Perry of Franklin for Jeff Fout. Number 4, Kyrian Cloud, owned by Neil and Alvy Long of Ohio, Brad Hanners drives. 5 is Jim Dandy, owned by Kevin Markham of Morrow for Brent Holland. Number 6 is J.C. Hartwood, owned by Raymond Perez of Columbus. Charlie Neff aboard. 7 is Cash Crisis, owned by Donna Williams of Lebanon with Randy Tharps. Number 8, Avies Cash Flow, owned by Raymond Thiel of London. Lance Wiegand with the lines. 9 is Champagne Revenge, owned by Sue-Ann Carmen of Harveysburg, Cherry Groves in the bike. 10 is Charlie Bunker, owned by James Duckworth and Rosser of Ohio, Dale S. Miller in the sulky. And they're off. J.C. Hartwood follows the gate away for the lead. Armbro Kahuna off the rail is second. Counterjack him away third. Slipping through fourth is Charlie Bunker. Dropping in 5, Crown Ty MacArthur. On the outside, 6th comes Kyrian Cloud. Then it's a gap at 2 lengths, 7th to Gem Dandy. 2 for the back, 8th to Cash Crisis. Along the rail, 9th Avies Cash Flow. Champagne Revenge, the early trailer, 10th. Pacers are all strung out now as they reach the first quarter mile marker. J.C. Hartwood leads the early way at the first stop, 28-1. Now to the outside comes Armbro Kahuna to take the lead. Armbro Kahuna charging to the front. J.C. Hartwood is now second. 3 lengths third to Canterjack. Inside fourth, Charlie Bunker. To the outside 5 comes Kyrian Cloud. Inside sixth, Crown Ty MacArthur. Jim Dandy takes the cover to the outside, drafting along sixth. Near the halfway point with Armbro Kahuna. Now calling the shots, leading by 2.5, 3 lengths. Half and 57 and 4. J.C. Hartwood on the inside is pacing second. Canterjack follows 2 lengths back third. Then it's another 2 to Charlie Bunker. Now to the outside, racing 5. Here comes Kyrian Cloud. With that cover, 6th, it's Jim Dandy back 7th. Crown Ty MacArthur down the back stretch to go. Armbro Kahuna by 2.5, 3 lengths. J.C. Hartwood leaving the rail, tipping to the outside, and that leaves Canterjack. A straight shot up the inside. He's now third, 3/4, 27 and 2. 3 wide to the outside comes Kyrian Cloud. Midway to the final turn, and on the front, Armbro Kahuna has a lead. Canterjack saving ground is closing with every stride. Outside 3 comes Kyrian Cloud as he turns for home. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Armbro Kahuna with the lead. Canterjack closing second. Here comes Kyrian Cloud and Charlie Bunker. Deep stretch, Armbro Kahuna cruising home. Armbro Kahuna in front, 157 and 2. Trackside, the official winner of the 9th, number 1, Armbro Kahuna, a 6-year-old son of Armbro Emerson from Armbro Bewitch. Over Lots Graffiti, Van Meter and Mary of Ohio. Randy Owens trains Dave Miller in the sulky. Armbro Kahuna scoring the 3rd season's victory in record time tonight, 157 to 5th. 1-2 Perfecta, $18.20, $18.20.